movie viewers. Dena Views and Reviews here. Asking, what are you watching? Today I am watching G20. Now, this movie stars Viola Davis, Anthony Anderson, Raymond Rodriguez, Marseille Martin, Christopher Farrar, Anthony Starr, Douglas Hodge, Clark Gregg, Elizabeth Marvel, Sabrina Impasciator, Muwa, Alana Lee, Noxalo Delamani, and Julius Tennant. It is written by Logan Miller, Caitlin Parrish, and Erica Wise. It is directed by Patricia Riggin. Produced by Greg Buckle, Fleagle, Andrew Laser, Tricia Miles, Logan Miller, Robert Nadeau, and Dannon Sherman. Now, this is a film that stars Viola Davis, and she plays the President of the United States, Danielle Sutton, and her husband is played by actor Anthony Anderson, and his name is Derek Sutton. And I think this has to be the very first time ever for me seeing Anthony Anderson starring in a serious role. And I have to say it was pretty good. Of course, Viola Davis always seems to just command the screen in whatever role she plays. Not only is Danielle Sutton the current president of the United States, but she is also a former Iraq veteran, a war hero turned politician, a wife, a mother of two tenacious teenagers as well. One in particular is her hard-headed teenage daughter by the name of Serena that manages to ditch her security detail and end up in a bar where she is filmed guzzling down alcoholic beverages. Imagine that if you are the president of the United States. So, Madam President has her hands full trying to save the world, running an entire country, and the most arduous job of all is rearing and dealing with a cantankerous teenager. Even so, she and her husband are still very much into each other and on the same accord when it comes to their children as well as their priorities. Madam President has her hands full once again, though, as well. She has high hopes of standing on the world stage at the G20 summit in Cape Town, South Africa. She wants to present and convince the world to take part in offering help to farmers in that region. She, along with some of the most powerful leaders from other countries around the world, are all being assembled in an attempt to bring positivity, hope, and change that is needed. Little does she know that she is the main target for a group of terrorists who have other plans, and they want to siege the G20 summit and impose their own agenda to the world. These bad guys are using AI to manipulate the media to broadcast fake propaganda in an attempt to cause financial panic worldwide. They want to have it where there's a run on the banks that will cause a collapse of multiple currencies, thereby benefiting themselves while disrupting, unnerving, and destroying the entire global worldwide economy. I gave this movie 4 stars. I like this movie. And most of all, I love what it represented overall. Not only was it engaging and full of action, but it was a welcome change, seeing a real Black American family in the lead role. An actual, undeniable Black mother, a Black father, and 2 Black children. Just a whole Black family. It seems to be something that is a rarity today when it comes to movies, films, and media, and just everyday advertisement altogether. I especially was impressed with the family dynamic. Admittedly, it has become a familiar and quite common plot in modern movies that tend to feature or focus on actual Black families, Black men and Black women couples, that they are either divorced at one another's throat or he is a gutless, circuitous charlatan. and it is left up to the black female to take the lead. She has to come up with the rescue plan while her mate is absent. Either he's murdered or just out of commission. So it is usually her having to be the one to either sacrifice herself or winds up losing someone she loves in the end. But nevertheless, not only did this movie have a good storyline, but it quite frankly is a welcome change from what is customarily promoted today by Hollywood and the media in general when it comes to seeing black families as the main characters in the movie. I like this movie. It was awesome, dramatic, yet full of action, thrilling, yet exciting, had me on the edge of my seat practically the entire movie. But I fancied the family dynamic that was in it once again. I liken this movie to those like Air Force One, The Equalizer, or even John Wick. It's entertaining, heartfelt, and just full of action. It is indeed a movie that I would highly recommend you watch. I especially like the part when the African female agent burst in and dispatched the bad guy with a swiftness, just as he is about to attack the president's children. Her son was so impressed with her moves, he asked, "Are you from Wakanda?" That was an awesome scene. G20 is rated R, and if you are interested in checking it out, you most certainly can do so, for it is currently streaming on Prime Video. If you have not already, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and drop me a comment letting me know what you thought of this movie. And tell me what movies or shows you are watching. And join me weekly for another review, a movie recommendation, or a live view and conversation. And I want you to remember, it's my view. Now, what you watching?